Located in southern New Hampshire, about an hour's drive from Boston, lies the city of Nashua, boasting a population of roughly 91,000, making it the second largest city in the state. This city is the location of a new college campus. I am proud to introduce North Coastal University, home of the Raiders. We will be following this dynasty and program from a group of walk-on cupcakes to hopeful perennial powerhouses. I personally made this team from the ground up with a team builder. The uniforms, the stadiums, the logos, yours truly customized it all. I really hope you guys do enjoy and appreciate the effort. Without further ado, let's go Raiders. Just gotta import the roster real quick. Let the roster come in. Load up. So, just a quick little backstory. I don't know why I chose to go with New Hampshire. I'm assuming because I don't know of any colleges, especially not D1 colleges in New Hampshire. If there is one out there, you guys are gonna make fun of me, but I decided to make one. And, I already know what team we're going to be taking over, so not a big deal with that either. First things first, it's time to import a team. Now then, one thing that we need to know is that we are in New Hampshire. So whatever team we're taking away needs to be as close as possible to New Hampshire. Now granted, Boston College, Boston being right there, probably easily the closest, best option as far as location. However, Boston College is a good program, a member of the ACC. We do not want to take out a program like that. So we're going to have to find another program who also resides in that area. And we are left with two choices. We either take out UConn Huskies or the UMass Minutemen. I'm going to say we take out UMass. Just a split decision, no real reason, but UMass is gone. North Coastal Raiders are in. There's our logo, guys. Hold on. Yes, we will use the team builder. There's the logo. Welcome, North Coastal Raiders. Let me know down in the comments if you guys appreciate the logo or not. We are going to customize the conferences. So when I decided what conference we were going to join, I was kind of torn between the American and the MAC. The American, of course, because there's quite a few decent teams in our range that would be down here, along with Tulane and USF, who have both had pretty decent success in recent years. We also would have Navy and Army, which everyone loves a good Army and Navy game. However, when you look at the Mid-American Conference, you already have a team like Buffalo from New York in there. So that kind of ties us in, as well as, similar schools that are actually a little bit closer than the American Conference. And they also have less teams, so they're in a little bit more dire strait as far as needing teams than the American. So we're going to go ahead and go to the MAC. And we are taking our bitter rivals, because if you did not know, UConn and UMass are rivals. So since UMass has been taken out and North Coastal is now in, we now have all of the rivals that Massachusetts had. So UMass rivals are now our rivals, so UConn by default is now a rival. So us, we're joining the MAC. We're going to double back. We're also going to grab our bitter rival. Even though we just started, we haven't even played a game of football yet. And now you see it, we have 2 teams added into the MAC. We got 14 teams total. Alright. I don't think that anything else needs to be edited. We're going to leave Notre Dame as the sole team in the independent conference. Dynasty settings. This is important. Make sure we switch it to Heisman. Got to have the Heisman on. We're going to go ahead and turn coach firing off. The simple reason on why I'm turning the coach firing off is because, well, let's be honest, we're starting off with a very bad team. I know the overall said like low 70s. We're actually more like low 60s, and you'll see that once we get into the program, into the game. So with the games being a lot more difficult being on Heisman and us having a way underrated team. Well, not underrated, actually probably overrated because we're pretty bad. Okay. And we're going to leave all this stuff individual. I don't want to get fired after season 2, you know what I'm saying? And have to do this whole process over again. So we're just going to turn the coach firing off. CPU only, actually. So the CPU will still get fired, but we fortunately will not have to worry about getting fired. I also want to turn on slower coaching XP because I want to work through it and grind through it, and as the team gets better, I want us to get better as well. That might come back to bite me in the butt, but you know what? We're just going to go ahead and go with it. The accelerated clock is going to be on. We're going to have a minimum of 20 seconds. Full control for season, blah, 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 blah. Okay, everything looks good. Let's go. And we advance. We're going to be the head coach, of course. Stu Mac. I love the name, but no, sir, we are not a Stu Mac. Anyone who knows me knows that first and foremost, I have no problem when it comes to actually playing the game. Just kidding, I'm horrible. But I definitely need the players. So we're going to go with Recruiter. If you're someone who likes to improve your players quickly as far as maxing them out when it comes to their skill trees or skill sets, you definitely want to go the motivator route. If you're somebody who leans more towards in-game situations, running the ball scheme versus passing the ball, or a hurry up versus, draining the clock out, you definitely want to go more the tactician route. However, if you're somebody who doesn't really care much for either one because you feel as if you can either accomplish it or you just don't mind failing as you get better players, you definitely want to go the recruiter route. This is how we're going to get all of the Jimmies and the Joes. When it comes to creating a coach, I only think of 2 things. First thing, what should his last name be? Well, fortunately for you guys, I don't have to spend 30 minutes thinking of it because I've already made it. And this man's name is going to be Hayford. Last name Hayford. First name Geraldo Hayford. There we go. Offensive playbook. Don't judge me, guys. I know it might be weird to all of you, but I actually really enjoy this playbook, so we're going to rock that 2-lane playbook. We're going to run a multiple D. I find the 2-lane playbook for some reason has a lot of variation when it comes to rotating the running back in and out. So you can run a 2 running back system with this basic playbook without making your own playbook or editing anything in the playbook, and you still get that effectiveness of having a 2-back system, as long as you know how to, edit your depth chart properly, which I will show you guys how to do before we, of course, get into the game. Alma mater. I'm from Michigan, personally. I don't know if I should be telling you guys this information, but for the sake of this being accurate, we're coaching out in New Hampshire. I do want to make it as relevant as possible. We want to come from the area, be from the area, you know what I'm saying? This is a local kid who grew up, went to school at Rutgers, balled out at Rutgers, unfortunately didn't get drafted, so he starts coaching high school, works his way up through the lower ranks, finally gets a shot coaching, assistant coaching, excels at that, and they offer him the job here at North Carolina. North Carolina, wow. North Coastal. So I also really enjoy, I don't know if this actually changes anything, but I really enjoy making my team like hyper aggressive. So I'll leave it at the offensive aggressiveness at 74. We'll turn the defensive aggressiveness up to 70. Our pipeline, I think it's only right that we go with where's that? The New England pipeline, seeing as how we're right there in New England, you know what I'm saying? Right there by Boston, New York, and all, etc. So seeing as how we're right there in the New England area, I think our pipeline should be New England. That's where most of our players are going to come out of. Of course, for appearance, we got to find somebody that looks like a Geraldo. Who's a Geraldo? No offense, but something tells me Geraldo is either lacking in the melanated skin category, or it's a few shades lighter. Hey, is this Geraldo here? Do you look like a Geraldo Hayford? I think you look like a Geraldo Hayford. Could this be Geraldo Hayford? Oh, this guy definitely looks like a Geraldo Hayford. Nope. Never mind. This guy takes the cake. Actually, something about this European-looking guy says Geraldo Hayford to me. He's either like European or he's country as hell, right? So we gotta find that guy. We gotta find that guy that looks like he was raised on a farm in New Hampshire. Never mind, I think we found him. So everybody, meet Geraldo. Now Geraldo was, of course, an offensive lineman, standing a whopping 6'7". Now he doesn't weigh as much as he did in his playing days, so he's not gonna be a 320. He's just slimmed down, of course, dieting, doing better. He's got his fiance at home. He's a young coach, so he hits the gym regularly. We're gonna put him back down at about, we'll say 267. He was 300. Let's say 278, right? Let's be reasonable. He didn't drop a ton of weight. He just slimmed down so that, his health reasons. Apparel, of course, we're not gonna rock the polo. They only give you 2 options. You either get the polo or you get the long sleeve jogger. We're definitely gonna take the windbreaker here. Definitely taking the windbreaker. If you haven't noticed by now, guys, yes, the team colors are basically black and red with the accent of white/gray. So let's get into it. They're offering us the 2-year contract to see if we can handle it. We have to win 4 games each one of those seasons. Now, I did turn off the firing aspect, so we don't really have to worry about not being here anymore, being terminated or whatever. The reason why is because our team is very poor, and I just simply don't want to have to continue making. Can I get it out? I don't want to have to continue making Gerald Hayford over and over. I don't want there to be a Gerald Hayford 2, 3, 4, etc. We're just going to make one. We're going to slum through it. We're going to make sure we drag our asses out of the mud. Pardon that French. Edit that out. We're just going to work through it. We're going to drag it out. We're going to fight our way to the top no matter what. There's the signature. Geraldo Hayford, baby. Importing the team, baby. Now, this is episode 1, so I'm going to pre-warn you guys, this is going to be boring. There's not going to be a lot of excitement. There's not going to be much going on as far as gameplay goes. You're going to get a lot of custom schedules. You're going to get a lot of recruiting boards being set up. You're going to get a lot of recruiting points being dealt out in the very first week 0, week 1. But we will get to see the uniforms today. So if you don't really care for all of this, at least skip forward to the end to see those amazing uniforms. You know? We're going to go ahead and go with the coaching skills. Again, I know because I've already dabbled with this team as far as looking at the roster. We're going to go over it together once we get the first initial setup done. But I know that our offensive line is weak. We're weak everywhere, to be honest with you. But we have a quarterback who's going to be here for at least... actually, we need a quarterback. We have 2 running backs that are going to be here for a second. We have at least 1 receiver that we're going to retain for another year. Our offensive line could use some love. Our DBs are going to be decimated. Our linebacking core is also going to be gutted out. And a lot of our good D linemen. And I say good sparingly. They're also going to be gone. However, me being me, I have to have a good O-line. So we're going to spend our first 5 points on the O-line just because you got to have a good O-line, right? So with that being done, that's one checklist done. Custom schedules just because we can get it done easily. They want us to play Liberty at home week 0, which is actually amazing. Oh yeah, so as you heard in the intro, we are based out of Nashua, New Hampshire. The name of the stadium is actually Josiah Bartlett Stadium. My bad. Josiah Bartlett Stadium. Yeah, not exactly sure where I came up with that name. I think I looked up like famous people and he like signed the let me see exactly who this man is again. Why am I drawing a blank? Let's see, guys. Okay. Josiah Bartlett was an American founding father, physician, statesman, and a delegate to the Continental Congress for New Hampshire, and a signatory to the Declaration of Independence and Articles of Confederation. He was a member of the convention which framed the Constitution of the United States in 1787. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this man had a nose on him. That man had a beak. He had a beak and no chin. Well, actually, he had 2 chins, but it makes it look like he has none. Yep. So that's that. That's what we're named after. A founding father. Okay. So we are in the MAC. So all of the MAC schools we have on the schedule are locked in. Now, I do want to play Liberty. That'll be good testing grounds for us, right? I mean, we're probably not going to win it, but it'll let us know where we're standing in regards to everything else. Then we have to come to Ypsilanti, Michigan to verse Eastern Michigan. Then Toledo comes to New Hampshire, and we face the Rockets. FCS. I always hate playing FCS teams because it feels kind of cheesy and almost like a free win for us. However, losing to an FCS team would be even more embarrassing. So just to save ourselves from embarrassment, let's go ahead and pick a better team. I don't want to go too good because, again, I do want to have a chance to get at least, hopefully, 3 to 4 wins this season. Could take on the Aztecs, but that's probably just going to be an ass kicking. There we go. The Bums versus the Bums. We'll take on UL Monroe. So we have Liberty, Monroe, and who else? Mississippi State and Georgia? Why the hell are we playing Georgia? Well, hey, you know, they want to give us the #1 team in the nation. We'll take them. I mean, it's going to be a murder. It's going to be murder, but I'll take it. Okay. Troy. Or, I just said it earlier. Everyone loves a good Army or Navy game. We could play Navy. Let's go Navy. Let's go Navy. And we're at Georgia. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, 6 home. I hate it, but I love it, but I really fucking hate it. Edit that last part out. Edit that last part out. Can't say bad words. Alright. So yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna actually do we keep Georgia? I mean, it's a guaranteed loss, and it's not even going to be a good game. I say we double back. I say we come back to Georgia probably about year 2, year 3. We're going to get rid of that. We're gonna take on another bottom feeder like us. You know what? Yeah, screw it. We'll take the L. We'll take the L. We'll take the L to Georgia. Chalk up 1 automatic loss. We're probably going to lose almost every single one of these games anyway. It really doesn't matter to me that much. I was just really hoping for a chance to get a couple wins. We should be able to beat a few of these teams. Save the progress of the schedule. Alright. First things first, we need to find what we need. As I told you, we have a 70 overall quarterback in Olsen. But we definitely need to improve upon that. So let's go find a quarterback of the future. We need to find a quarterback of the future. He's a scrambler. We'll see if we can't. Ooh, this could be it. Is there any way in hell that we pull this off? Those are our 2 quarterback candidates. We got to grab one of those 2. That's for sure. Let's just hope he's not a bust, right? A 4-star in our backyard of Connecticut. That's our hometown. I mean, technically in the game. Oh yeah. So another thing I did want to tell you guys, because I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but if you pick a team, like I chose Massachusetts, so technically wherever UMass College is where my school is technically. Now, granted, it will say New Hampshire, Nashua, New Hampshire, but the campus is still going to be wherever the school was. So if I would have chose a school in Florida, right, my school would technically be in Florida. So all of the prospects, all of the students that I could be pulling in, all the players I could be pulling in would be centralized around Florida, and I'd be competing with a lot of southern schools in that sense. So with that being said, I chose to go up here in New England, and due to that, we're technically based inside of Massachusetts. So him being from Connecticut is literally in our backyard. It looks like Boston College is going to probably end up snatching him away from us. But we'll test the waters and see if we can at least stand our ground a little bit. Okay. It looks like we need every type of offensive lineman in the worst way possible. So we're not that bad. I thought we were low 60s. We're actually mid to high 60s. Mid to high 60s, honestly, is not that bad. We could probably manage that. With the easy schedule that we have, we should be able to actually do pretty decent as far as winning maybe a couple games this season. Okay, cool. We'll take the 3-star. He's from Florida. He's probably not coming our way. Proximity to home. He's probably going to UConn. Doesn't hurt to try though. Seeing as how we need every offensive position filled, we're gonna shoot for 3 stars to start off. We're gonna scout them. We're gonna pick through them and see what we can get. Proximity to home. He's not coming to us. If you ever have proximity to home and there's schools from their state, for example, James Madison, Virginia, etc., you're more than likely not gonna get that player. It's better to just pack it up and go find somebody else who is closer to you or has similar ambitions as your program. He's from Pennsylvania. It doesn't say what he is, but he does have Rutgers on there. Rutgers is a much better program than we are, so that's not saying a lot. However, he doesn't have Penn State on there, so there's a chance we might be able to steal him. We'll look at that. Now let's go over to the guards. Okay, Colby Cummins. He's from New Jersey. It doesn't say what his primary interest is. We're going to pull him just to see if we can't. Here we are 4th on his register. He's from Rochester, New York. That's our backyard right there. You see Rutgers is up there. Of course, we have Navy and Temple also above us. We could probably beat out Navy and Temple. At this point, we're battling Rutgers to see who they want and who they don't want. Whoever Rutgers decides to put all their points on, we'll go the opposite way and try to steal one from them. But like I said, any 3 stars that I see that are roughly within my range, I'm going to go ahead and try to snatch them up. He's from California. He's staying over there on the West Coast. You see Boise, San Diego, UNLV, New Mexico Lobos. He's staying over there on the on the West Coast. He's not going to come over here to the East. We're trying to find somebody who has schools by us, but maybe schools that either don't want them or schools that we can outbid. He's from Maryland. I mean, there's some decent chances we can steal him. He's a 3-star. He has Penn State and Ohio State on his registry. That's going to be kind of tough to overcome, but it is doable. It's hard for me not to look at these guys like that, man. We got to take them. We got to take them, right? And they're both silver tier pipelines for us, tier 2 pipelines. You love to see a tier 2 pipeline like that. Another one here. Yeah, we're just gonna pretty much snatch up anything within that 1,000 range and below as far as rank, and we're just gonna look at it. Not all these guys are gonna be diamonds. Most of them are gonna be busts. So I do like Latsko. He's from Georgia, so he's probably not gonna come up. But man, it is really tempting to say screw it and just go see if we can't pull him. He's a pass protector. I like that. He's from New Jersey, proximity to home. His ranking is quite a bit further behind Latsko, but Okoro, George Okoro, he might be the diamond in the rough we're looking for. And then, of course, anybody without a pipeline, we're probably not going to win anyway, so it's best not to look. You don't want to hurt your feelings like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You just have to take her word for it, you know? You don't want to hurt your own feelings. And we go over to the defensive side. We have a junior. He should be back next. He's going to be back next year. He's not going to the league. So we have time. We don't have to rush through it. However, we should at least get one backup at the left end spot. On the right end side, we don't have anything. So we need at least one DN guaranteed. Gotta have a DN. Gotta have a DN. We don't have any D tackles. We have one that's a 65. We have one more that might creep into the 60s. So DNs and D tackles are a necessity. That's the next thing. All right. We're going to go ahead and take him. That's proximity to home. We're a B+, but I think we might be able to steal that one. New Hampshire. The backyard, baby. This is literally in our backyard. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and go on a spree real quick. We need every single one of these guys we can get. Oh, from Ohio, he's not coming here. It doesn't hurt to try it. We'll try to persuade him to come. We got one from New Jersey, and we'll take a long shot on the one from Virginia as well. All right. Let's see how we're looking on outside linebackers. Hey, Coles, T. Coles, he will be back next year. He's in the 70s. We're okay on the left end for at least one season. On the right end, we're going to need some help on that right side. The right outside linebacker spot is hurting. Our highest overall is a 67. He's a senior. He's out of there. Underwood is abysmal 63 overall. We're not going to get any production out of him. And then in the middle, we have Freeman, who's a 77. He will probably get very good production out of him this year. And then next year, hopefully, Claiborne can climb into the 70s and Cardi can be just behind him at the high 60s. We definitely got to get at least one outside linebacker. I would love to get at least one more middle linebacker, but we got to have at least one outside linebacker. So let's go ahead and find him. New Jersey, E.J. Goodman. It's like they're almost just giving them to us at this point. Shackelford, we'll take Shackelford, and we'll even look at Madison Priest just to give a hoot and a holler. We're gonna come to the inside, the middle linebackers. Now we didn't need one, but you never want to pass up a free chance to snag a 3-star in your backyard. You know, we got Shaw, we have Silvestro. Even with Arma, you know, like there's some great potential in here. Playing style, he's got us ranked number 2 in his list, baby. That come on now. They blessed us with the linebackers. Let's just hope they don't take them away from us. All right, at the corner spot, let's see how our corners are looking. I already know we're hurting. We're hurting everywhere, but do we have any seniors? We have one senior, Bowie. He's a 71 overall. He is the best corner we have, and he is leaving. We do have 2 juniors at a whopping 68 overall apiece. Hopefully by next season they'll jump into the 70s. Holland will maybe be a mid-60s. Mills will be a low 60s. Stovall maybe creeping into the 60s. And Glenn, he'll be getting let go of in the offseason. So we're definitely going to need some corners. We're going to need everything. And it's very apparent now that we are struggling. Solomon being the only piece of solace we have in the secondary. A 70 overall junior, meaning our free safety spot is secured for the next season. We don't have to think too hard about that. Unfortunately, on the other side, those strong safeties are not looking good. Blue is probably going to be our starter, so he can get the most training he can get in. Valentine, you'll be back up, seeing as how you're a senior and we have no future use for you. So let's go ahead and grab corners and free safety, yeah? Or corners and strong safety. All right, again, I do apologize. I understand this is not the most entertaining part of the game, but it is a necessary part. Can I get it out? It is a necessary part, and I actually kind of do enjoy it, if you can't tell. We might have to go with that. No, that's a 2-star. Never mind. We will go with Solomon, though. What? No shot, buddy. No shot, right? We're already full. No shot, we're full already. Alright. Oh, let's weed him out. Okay. Cisco, you're the guy. There we go. I love to see that. Keep them coming. Keep it coming, baby. Ooh. It's raining diamonds. We got 4 gems. We got 4 gems in the guard spot right there. Even if we only get 1 or 2 of them, that would greatly increase our chances. Another thing I wanted to point out, another reason why I chose the offensive line. Yes, of course, we have to have great offensive line play in the future in order to be a good program. But you have 5 offensive linemen on the field at any given point. Same thing with your defensive line, so D-line works the same way. If you would have chose linebackers, you only get 3 2-4 linebackers. If you would have chose defensive backs, you could have up to 5 on the field at a time, so that's another great way to go. But you should never use that first initial 5-point skill boost on a quarterback or a running back, you know, because the simple fact of the matter is you only get 1 of those in the game at a time. So the impact is a lot less when you're talking about a skills boost or even scouting for your next potential players. You want to be able to cover a lot. I've already used up more than half of my my hours available just scouting offensive linemen, and I was able to notice that I have quite a few gems here. And then what I'm going to do with the rest, well, I like to do this, I call it a, I compare the positions side by side, and off of that I will determine who. And see, this is the problem, is that now I have a whole bunch of left ends and D tackles. I might be able to get through the D tackles. Those middle linebackers are pretty important as well. The 4-star has us ranked number 2, but is it worth it to scout? I mean, he's going to be better than any middle linebacker we pull in, even if he is a bust. He has us 3rd. See, we're making some progress. See, saving myself points. Come on, Solomon, don't let me down. Come on, Sloman. Damn you, Trevor. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I needed a tight end. Unfortunately. All right. So unfortunately, that's going to do it for the recruiting side of this. So recruiting's done, schedule is set up, coaching skill upgrades have been used. Before we get into the season, I do want to show you guys the depth chart. At the quarterback position, we have Tyler Olson, 70 overall with 82 speed, 86 throwing power, 79 awareness, 87 short accuracy, 81 mid accuracy, and 73 deep accuracy. Well, I can tell you right now, Tyler Olson is not going to be winning us a natty this year or any year. At the running back position, we have Spencer Strickland, number 12, 72 overall. His backup, Keontae Tyson, 69 overall, wearing number 7. Keontae Tyson is the faster of the two, the younger of the two, I think. No, both of them are juniors. Neither one is redshirted. He's quite a bit faster, actually. Better carrying as well. Awareness is a little bit lower. We might have to keep an eye on these two. They might have a battle for position to see who's going to start. At fullback, unfortunately, we have Jackson Gregory. At the wide receiver position, we have Demetrius Williamson, senior, wearing the number 3, 76 overall. Wide receiver 2 is Javion Foreman, 72 overall, wearing the numbers 15. The slot receiver, I do believe, will be CJ Peaks, a freshman wearing number 18. If it's not Peaks, it'll probably be Scooter Page, number 22, sophomore, 67 overall. So that's going to be our receiving core, 1, 2, and then a possible 3 out of these two. At the tight end position, we have Scott McLawler, wearing the number 80. He's a junior, overall of 62. His backup, Maverick Bentley, wearing number 89, a freshman, with an overall of 50. And we're not even going to talk about Alex Gunderson because he won't be here very long, and neither will Maverick Bentley, if I have my way. On to the left tackles, we have Kalen Franklin. He is a junior wearing the number 73. He is a 72 overall, 75 on the depth chart here. Aiden Kramer. It says he's a 66, but up there it says a 55. Let's just say that the second line of our offensive line is absolutely hot dog water. We have DeMarcus Perkins, wearing number 55. He is a junior with an overall of 74. At the center position, we have Jalen McDonald, wearing the number 60. He is a senior, overall of 70. At the right guard position, we have Max McClellar. He is wearing the number 71. He is a 69 overall. We have Blake Sutton Jr. He is a left tackle wearing the number 64. And of course, he's a senior with an overall of 71. At the left end spot, we have Joshua Townsend wearing the number 88 with an overall of 71. At the right end position, we have Kobe Garland wearing the number 12, sophomore with the overall of 64. At the D tackle spots, respectively, we have Deshaun Weeks, number 97, and Jarian Love, number 91. Love being a senior, Weeks being a junior, both overall of 66. The backups, Cade Bloom at 60 overall, and Dean, the backup, at 58. At the left outside linebacker position, we have Taj Coles, an overall of 72. Wearing the number 0, this junior hopefully can produce for us. At the middle linebacker position, we have Chase Freeman, wearing the number 50. He is a senior, toting 79 overall, which I do think is the highest on the team. This is arguably the best player on the team. I'm pretty certain of that. If you find anything different, please let me know. Bubba. I love that name, Bubba. Bubba Van Claymore. Where are you from, Bubba? You're from Portland, Oregon. I don't know any Bubbas from Oregon, but you know what, Bubba? You're cool in my book. He's a junior with a 70 overall. Hopefully he can take a step forward in the near future. And then the backup, a sneaky sophomore with a 66 overall. I love it. What I don't love is Octavius Terrell, a senior number 5. Wearing number 5 and having an overall of 68. Luckily, the backup behind him, Stephon Harper, number 33, the junior, has an overall of 67, so hopefully he can surpass where Terrell is right now by the end of the year, and he can start getting some reps for his senior season himself. We have Jaden Bowie. He's going to be our corner 1, wearing the number 20. Of course, he's a senior with a speed of 91. Noah Collins Jr. wearing the number 1. He's a junior, overall of 69. And I'm pretty sure Terrell Pace, if not Noah Collins Jr., will be the slot corner. Number 22, Terrell Pace is a junior with an overall of 69 as well. Just a little bit slower than Collins, but I think he's a little bit better when it comes to coverage and play recognition. And then we have Holland, a freshman, number 27, with an overall of 63. I'm kind of excited about Holland because the simple fact of the matter is, with him being a freshman, that 63 overall, depending on where his ceiling is, could potentially lead him to be in the 70s by the time he graduates and gets out of here. The free safety, we have a junior, number 28, Nico Solomon, with an overall of 71. We love to see that about you, Nico. We appreciate that, Nico. We needed somebody who could hold it together for us. And then at the strong safety spot, we have Quincy Blue, the sophomore, wearing the number 31 with an overall of 66. He's going to be battling with Alexander Valentine for the starting spot. The senior does have a physical attribute, which is hammer, one of the only attributes we have on the team at all. Most of us don't have any attributes, so from Exeter, New Hampshire, Valentine might just get that start over the Warwick, Rhode Island man. We'll have to keep an eye on that battle. Our kicker for this dynasty will be Ian Wells, number 39. He's a senior, and he has a whomping overall of 66, but a pretty boastful kicking power of 90. We're not even going to talk about his backup. And then we're going to move on to Matthew York. Crazy to say, but I think Matthew York might be the second best person on this team with an overall of 77. He is a junior, so we do get him to come back for his senior year, as long as he just chooses not to transfer out. He is from... should be a pretty good pretty good get for us, you know, as far as holding down the kicking spot. We might even start him as kicker as well, because I think he's even better at the kicker spot than he is at the punter spot. And ironically, our kicker is better at the punter spot than he is at the kicker spot. That's kind of hilarious. For the kick return, we're gonna have Buford back there, returning the ball back there with Keontae Tyson. Like I said, I run a 2 running back program, so I don't know if Tyson is actually going to be the person I'm going to have back there, because he's going to get a lot of touches. He's going to get a lot of touches, and we don't need him to be injured. We can't afford to put Noah Collins out there either. We're going to have to grab the junior wide receiver that gets no playing time and see if maybe he can't hold it down for Tyson. And then we'll put Moore to back him up. Even though Javon Moore might be that guy. Yeah, I'm thinking Moore goes in. We're going to do Buford and Moore. That's going to be our combo, Buford and Moore. Yeah, Moore just can't return. He doesn't have any carrying ability, so we're going to have to cover up. Kick onside. We're going to leave the punter out there on that one. For the long snapper, it might not be a good idea, but you got to have Big Perkins on the outside. He's a right guard, but we got to have him out there to keep the pocket secured, so it's best to have McDonald's at the center spot. For the third round running back, this is where the 2 running back system comes into play. So there's technically 3 running back positions. You have your starting halfback, you have your third down back, and you have your power back. So if you'll notice, the way I have it set up, Teague, who actually doesn't get any playing time because he's not very good, he's going to be our power back. He'll only come in if we're in I formation. The third down running back is usually going to be in there if we're in some sort of spread formation, especially if we run 3 wide or more. You'll oftentimes see Tyson back there wearing number 7. And if we ever end up in a single back formation, ace back, or we end up in a pistol, or basically any type of scenario where we have 2 receivers and 2 tight ends, or 2 receivers and 2 running backs, or whatever that case may be. If there's ever 3 or less receivers, we're almost always going to see the starter, Strickland. Spencer Strickland will be in there. And again, when we get into the gameplay, you guys will start to notice that, so it'll make a little bit more sense than me just saying it. It looks like Scooter Page will be our slot receiver. He has really good catch in traffic. Looks like he has pretty good spectacular catch as well. Really good awareness. His short route running and mid route running could honestly be a little bit better. His release is pretty poor as well. His carrying also is not that much better. His change of direction isn't very good. His stamina is high. He's not that tough, and his injury is pretty low as well. Do we put Peaks in there? Does CJ Peaks take the spot? I mean, his catch in traffic is only a 70. But his route running is just so much better, and he's only a freshman. Something tells me that CJ Peaks might be the next guy up. So call me crazy, but we're going to start him over Page just because I like that. I like that thought. He's 6'1", though. We have LJ Young, though. He could be the outside guy later. We'll work that out as it goes. We're just trying to get a base set up right now. Taj Coles, he's a power rusher. We love him on the left end. We're going to leave him over there. On the right end, Garland, Kobe Garland, number 12. Good speed coming off that edge like that. He's a true right end. But as you can see, he has almost the exact same speed as Harper. Better agility, just as strong, better awareness. Power move is way better. Finesse move is way better. Block shedding is way higher. Tackling's a little lower. Hit power is up. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. And right now I'm thinking that Harper is good, but Garland may just be a little bit better. Jarian Love, he's clearly the best person we have at the rush D tackle spot. We're going to leave him there. Sub linebacker, of course, it's going to be Freeman. Who else? Maybe Bubba. And, of course, Bowie. Bowie being that slot corner. He's the only one that can handle it, I guess. And that is going to do it for the depth chart. We'll worry about red shirts and all that a little later into the season. Right now, we don't have to care. Done with the preseason, baby. We already have guys talking about they're going to quit. There's our logo, North Coastal in all our glory. Again, I'm going to show you guys the unis. There isn't going to be any actual gameplay on this episode, but I do appreciate you guys for sticking through it with me and hanging in there. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys and all the effort it took to make this, man. I really hope you guys do enjoy it. So, again, I'm not going to play the game, but to show you the uniforms, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So here we go. We have the standard black with the gray numbers, red accents. I can't zoom in on it. Maybe you can if you're on your phone or something. You see the NCU logo right there on the shoulder. You see the helmet logo, the Raider up top, blacked out. The decal down the side of the pants. The Nike logo right next to the NCU logo on the pants as well. The red name on the back with the red number on the back. That's the home. Here we go with the away. The all whites with the black numbers, black helmet. Actually, that's a white helmet as well. It's chrome, so it's looking black right now, but when you get it off of there, and you get it off of here, and you look at it, you'll be able to see. It's a chrome silver helmet. We have the alternate home uniform, all red, chrome red helmet. You can't really see it too well on the side, but it'll pop out once you get on the field. Again, it looks a little different because I made it in the team builder, so it doesn't look like it's gonna look in the game. When you get it on the field, you'll see what it really looks like. See the skull and sabers crossed right there on the shoulder pads. You see the same logo right there on his pants, right across from the Nike logo, all red and black. Not too much to it, very simple, very basic. We have the away alternate uniforms, very much like the home uniforms as far as the color scheme. Just they're gray instead of being the black. You have the red decal, all the accessories, whatever you want to call it, are red. You have the NCU logo there on the pants as well as on the shoulder. Again, you can't see it, but the logo is on that helmet. That helmet is also a shiny gray. It's not black like it looks. The name on the back is in red. The numbers are in black. They're shiny as well. You could kind of see that there. The reflectiveness. And then, of course, we have the NCU Pride unis. The red helmet with the logo on it. The UNC logo, by the way. That's not our regular logo. We have the black unis. All blacked out with the shiny silver numbers in the middle there. With the red name on the back. With the red accessories. With the UNC logo there on the pants. Again, it's kind of hard to see. Everything is dark for some reason in the loading menu. But yep, so those are our uniforms for the season. I'll go over them one more time while I continue to just talk. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please do drop a like, drop a follow, whatever you want to do, wherever you're viewing it. Please show some love. If you enjoy it, you want to see more of it, show me some love down there in the comment section. Let me know, hey, Chief, we appreciate it. Keep them coming. Something along those lines. Just give me input. Let me know you didn't like it, whatever. Just interact with your boy. Let me know how you guys are feeling about it. And with that being said, I have nothing left to offer you for this episode. So I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, night, whatever you want to call it. Tell your people you love them. Stay safe. Chief's out of here. Peace.